Your New Quantum Surfboard and Stuff. By Lisa Gawlas, April 25, 2015. Webpage, www.mysoulcenter.com. Quantum Surf. First, let me thank all of you for holding light, sending love and prayers to both me and my baby girl, for sharing your stories with me, your hope with me, and being here for and with me, for us. I do want to share this tidbit, for anyone who may wonder or doubt in the slightest that sending love, sending light to another has any real effect. I had my first phone call from my daughter on Thursday, and I could tell her body was in pain, and she said she was going through withdrawals. When her roommate told me they are still giving her treatments, I assumed that meant methadone. Thankfully not at all, just Tylenol or Benadryl. So I put that on my Facebook under my blog thread and asked if you would send light to the cells of her body to help in this transition. When she called me yesterday, she sounded better, said she was eating and sleeping more and that her body is not hurting as much as it was. Of course, she gives the credit to having been on the methadone treatment, but we know better, don't we? So please keep sending light to her cells. It really is making a difference, and from the depths of my heart, our hearts, thank you. I want to share one other, surprising experience through this inner place called me, my heart. For the first 2 days after I found out my daughter was back in jail, it felt very much like this huge black, not anything negative, just black grip wrapped around the whole of my body. All I could feel was her, the love I had for her. Through it, I realized, felt something I have never felt before in all my life. That love was alive in me. Not just a feeling, hell, I never questioned my love for her. It is real, it is strong, and it is forever. However, during the days of the emotional grip, it moved like Kundalini moved, rising up from the base of my spine and waved like a series of S's upwards into my heart and expanded. This movement happened many times during the days after I found out, but not since I came out of that grip. And I have to wonder, what was that? Why was that? This is not the first time she got herself into a pickle, not the first time my heart was filled with worry about her choices, and not the first time I felt how madly in love I am with her, not matter what. However, it is the first time it affected me in this way. So what changed? Or maybe what intensified and came to life? Maybe, this is what the power of love really is. It's not simply a feeling, an outpouring of energy made of feelings. It's a movement within the body, a force in and of itself. I know there is more to this. Today, right now, I don't know what it is. However, I do feel strongly it has a lot to do with the way everything shifted in the field. I didn't do readings for 2 days after finding out about my daughter's dilemma. I was in a grip that had me focused in one place only, the love of my daughter. Let me tell you, I celebrated to the high heavens being able to focus on the field and on you again yesterday. I needed that. The last time I wrote about the field and the readings, I believe I left off talking about the black hole. The day I found out about my daughter, Tuesday, thank goodness it was later in the afternoon when my readings were all finished, that black hole turned into what looked like a large record album. Take away any gray, it was all black except the little hole in the middle, it was white. I was seeing people's relationship to this odd-looking disk about 8 feet above the earth. The last one of the day would stay with me for the next several days. She was half through the tiny hole. I could see her light body on the top side, but the visual underneath the hole, the bottom half of her body, just had me cracking up. Unlike her light body above, her bottom half was very weighty. She had on black pants, unseen things, and even puckers of cellulite showing through the black pants, and just kinda stuck there, unable to pull her bottom upwards. I could see her hands pushing on the top of the record album looking thing, trying as hard as she could to pull the rest of her up, but couldn't. It became understood there is something happening in her life that is so connected to her root chakra, physical life, and even sense of self at the sacral chakra level that is weighing her down and not allowing the light body of her lower half move upwards. She understood what it was all about. This image hung with me as I moved through my moments after hearing of my daughter. It would be so easy for us as humans, as parents or child of parents smile to get tangled up in other issues and weight us down. To make their issues, their desires or demands, ours. My dear lady, thank you for helping me more than you may ever realize. Perhaps that is what gave life to the energy, the living movement of love I felt inside. Dunno. So I was rather surprised yesterday when that crazy disc was not only still there, but through every single connection the field called it the new platform of life. There was a twist though, it went from black to multicolored. The colors were vast and beautiful and different for every single person. I found an image that is close, only none of the colors were streaming outwards, instead, they circle the groves of the record, going around and around. From what I am understanding through 6 Albanian Lex readings yesterday, this is our new platform of life, not on the ground, but suspended above the ground like a quantum surfboard. Equally, I thought the disc was moving. I realized it is the energy on the disc that is in constant motion. The energy spectrum was reflecting the person's energy field, now creating their life field. Think about how huge that is. No longer do you need to suck in the energy, it is now a part of your life, the very ground you walk and create on. No longer tethered to any reality construct, but free to move everywhere and anywhere you desire, at least, once you know how to use this new energy matrix. One of my beautiful ladies showed up, standing at the northwest edge of her disc, her platform of life, shoveling. It was a strange image cause she had an old coal shovel digging it into this disc, and each shovel of energy she brought up was a hunk of white energy. I realized she is putting energy into her perceived future, but no desire, no form or true intent. I suppose we can look at it as gassing up the car but having no idea where you want to go yet. If this all doesn't get more confusing for our precious linear-based minds, there is no future. May, September, December, none of it exists. However, in other timelines, within other subdimensions of Earth, it all has already happened. If we cannot conceive what we want in our tomorrows because we have not experienced it yet, then we need to gas up our new spherical surfboard and learn to move into future or even deep past scenarios to have a look, experience we are capable of, and then bring that timeline of experience into our present and start building that here and now. True, one of the readings as I was talking about May, their team said there is no such thing as May. I was reminded that even though I speak in months, I am really speaking of energy fields, not months, not linear-based timelines, but energy itself. So we can sit around and wait for May to show up and hope it's different, better, whatever than April, but if we are sitting around, we will get more sitting around through May. Also, recognizing what is your old story, your old hopes and dreams is as vital as knowing May itself does not exist. You cannot be in your old field of dreams and create your new field of dreams. That's a conflict of energy that will zero everything out. Before I close for today, I do want to talk about, I think it was my last reading for yesterday. One of her superpowers started to be revealed, and holy cow did it make sense to me, something I never looked at before, and light bulbs just started coming on. How many people do you know that seem to be acting, living out of character of themselves? Like they are trying to be someone else instead of themselves. If we could stand back and look at the energy construct of each person themselves, we would see a lot of geometric shapes that make up their energy field. I call these shapes puzzle pieces, the bits and parts that make up the whole of each one of us. When others cannot see their own puzzle pieces or know how to put them together, oftentimes, they will take someone else's puzzle piece and force it into their life construct. Maybe the holes look similar, but just does not snap together correctly. This causes a misfiring of their energy field, of what they are attempting to create for themselves, and never seems to mesh. My lady superpower is going to be recognizing this in their field and removing the energy that does not belong to them and returning it back to its source field. Not that she has to know who it belonged to, just the intention of returning it back to its original owner is enough. Even more surprising to my ears, She does not have to get the person with the inaccurate puzzle pieces permission to do this reconstruction. I suppose that would be like finding stolen property and returning it to its owner. You don't have to get permission from the thief to return the contents you know belong to someone else. It's the magic within us. On that note, enjoy this crazy-ass ride. Surf the bumpy ocean and learn with the excellence of your soul how to surf the vast interdimensional space of you, of us, and bring it to our now. I love you and thank you and every other thing, feeling that I simply cannot put into words. Hugs of energetic bounty to all. Lisa Gawlas. www.mysoulcenter.com